Welcome to the stock workout where we flex on the market to make gains. In this video, we're going to be talking about Gevo, ticker symbol GEVO. We'll be talking about a few technical indicators and going through a new raised price target for this stock. As we know, Gevo is a renewable energy play and they produce biofuels mainly for the aviation sector. Now, we know that the renewable energy sector got hit hard last week, as did the rest of the market. There was a huge market sell-off, but the renewable energy sector got hit slightly harder than others. Now, this was due to the events that are happening in Texas, and some people out of the Republican Party came out and claimed that this was due to renewable energy and we still heavily rely on fossil fuels. Now, this was a false claim, and we should see the market bounce back from that. So as we can see, there was a huge market sell-off last week. If we go to the 5-day chart, we can see that the price of Gevo was starting at around the $15.50 mark, and throughout the week we saw it just tumbled down. Now, we did see that the 20-day EMA was crossed below the 50, 100 and 200 day simple moving averages. We saw it fluctuate, go down and up through it, and then finally when we saw it cross below all three over here, we just saw it go in a massive downtrend as there was a market sell-off and the renewable energy sector was hit quite hard. We saw it bounce back up on Friday. Now, this was due to the raised price target that H.C. Wainwright gave Gevo. So if we take a look at this article over here, we can see that on the 19th of February, the analysts of H.C. Wainwright and Co. have rated Gevo with a buy rating. The price target was set to $18. At a current price of $12.17, there is an upside potential of 47.9%. So they've reiterated a buy rating, which they previously held. However, they have upgraded the price target to $18. Now, the previous price target they had was set at $5. So that is a huge increase. And that's why we saw the price bounce straight up from a low of around $10.30, and we saw it bounce straight back up, and it held pretty strong around the $12 range. So if we go back to the monthly chart and we take a look at what's been going on over here. So in my previous video, if you guys saw that, you would have seen that the price hit a high of around $14.50, and then we saw it retrace and come back down, and we saw it bounce off this 78% Fibonacci retracement. From there, we then saw an upswing and we saw it test new highs of around $15.50, and from there we did see it tumble down, and this was within the last week, and this was due to the events that were happening last week and the bad news that was coming out about renewable energy. So we saw the EMA cross below the 50, 100 and 200 day simple moving averages, and now since we've had that rating from HC Wainwright, the upgraded price target, we have seen it increase again, and it has recrossed the 50-day moving average. Now, next week, if we do see it cross the 50, 100, well, it's crossed the 50, so if we see it cross the 200 and the 100-day moving averages, which are these red and purple lines here, we are in confirmed bullish territory once again. This should act like a catalyst to push this price back through past the 50, 100 and 200 day moving averages. And you know, for those that did buy on the dip at around the $10 mark, you would have already seen 20% gains. As we saw from this article, there's a potential upside of another 47.9%, so you would have seen probably over 50% gains if we do hit that $18 price target. I think that's fair. That's a fair target, because we do know that President Biden's administration wants to make America carbon neutral by 2050, so there's going to be a huge push within the coming years. Now, it doesn't mean that we need to hold it for the next 30 years, but as we see Gevo grow and the Net Zero 1 project, as we see that come into fruition and they start their Net Zero 2 and Net Zero 3 projects, then we should see an increase in that price. So if we go through a few price points here, if we zoom out to the 1 month chart, we will see that this point here, this low that we bounced off around the $10.11 mark, around that range, that was a previous support, and we did see a bounce straight off that, and we did close on Friday at $12.34. Another resistance point is the $12.72 point. This acted like a previous resistance, and we did not break through that over here on the 4th of Feb, and we retested it again on the 8th of Feb, and we broke straight through it. Now, given this catalyst came out on Friday, I think in the next week, if the market recovers on a whole, we will see Gevo push through this point, and we could potentially retest the previous highs or maybe go on to test new highs. Keep an eye out just to make sure that you do see this 20-day EMA crossover the 50, 100 and 200 moving day averages, and then that is confirmed bullish territory. For all of you that are invested in Gevo, leave a comment down below, let me know what price you got in at. And for those of you that haven't got in yet, now would be a good time to get in. However, I would just be wary to make sure that the EMA does cross the 50, 100 and 200 day moving averages. Once we're in confirmed bullish territory, we should see new highs, we should see a retest of the previous high, or maybe even go on to see new highs. We've given you the previous support level that we bounced off at, which was $10 and roughly 11 cents, and the next resistance is at $12.72. If you appreciate that video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you more content, and I'll see you on the next one.